You're gonna call the meeting to order? Yeah, you need a gavel. Or a loud whistle.
I don't think after.
It's 9 a.m. 9:01 a.m. We'll call the meeting to order. I need to get a gavel. Yeah, the gavel. This is Vermont Criminal Justice Council meeting of January 20, 2026. And you've all received the agenda in advance. First item on the agenda is if there are any additions or deletions to the agenda solicited from the council. Okay, well, actually we have to back up. We have to do roll call attendance. I will turn to Administrative Director Lindsay.
One moment. Hey. Great.
No, speakers. It doesn't make any sense. All right, are they able to hear us online?
Can everybody hear me online?
We're good?
Yeah.
Yes. Not against? Okay. I will start with roll call. Bill Clements.
Present.
Leslie Johnson. Present. Butch Shaw. Samantha Weber.
Present.
I'll come back. I saw the mute come off, but David Peterson.
Present.
Present.
Glenn Boyd.
Present. I'm here.
We can hear.
Wade
Cochran.
Cochran.
Present.
There we go.
Let me try that again. Wade Cochran,
Present.
Sorry, we're having technical difficulties on our end. If I call your name and you're online, can you raise your hand online? And then we'll come back and fix the audio. Justin Stedman, Heather Sinkowitz, Kim McManus, Tom Jeanette, Bob Stebbins, Sadie Donovan, Kelly Kapoor. Here. Okay, and I'm just gonna go back to Samantha Weber.
Samantha is able to attend but not vote.
And one more time, Wade Cochran.
Present.
You're at quorum.
We are at quorum, so we may proceed. I'm going to start with any additions or deletions to the agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the agenda as presented? Seconded. And seconded. Major Peterson seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of accepting the motion to accept the agenda as presented, signify by raising your hand or saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? A little part there. Okay, motion passes. We have the agenda. Now, we will take approximately a 10-minute pause in this hearing. It is my understanding that the respondent indicated in the evening, late evening, that he would not be attending this hearing. But for the record, we will allow 10 more minutes and check the online attendance to determine whether the respondent, Tyler Davidson, is in fact present and intends to participate in this hearing. Having said that, I have the time of not seeing the respondent here. We will allow 10 minutes. I have 9:09. We will resume this hearing at 9:19. So we'll go on pause for that period of time, hopefully resolve some technical issues and then resume. Thank you. Okay, I have 10 minutes. We'll resume the hearing. Yeah, next, and to assure, is Tyler Davidson present? Don't see, certainly not physically present. Don't believe anybody in the attendance online. And me. So we will proceed to VCJC hearing for case number 25 VCJC-0021, 25 VCJC-0024, and the third case 20246A 8U in the case of Tyler Davidson. And as we proceed, I will turn it over to our hearing officer and counsel that is present on any admission of evidence before we move to any opening statements.
Chair, I would offer into evidence exhibits numbers 1, which is our statewide use of force policy. Is that do them individually, or is it? It's up to you. If you want, I'll do them as a bunch. Okay. Exhibit number 2, which is Vermont State Police Directive 701 regarding use of force. Exhibit 3, Vermont State Police General Orders 202 regarding code of conduct and misconduct. Vermont State Police General Orders 205 regarding internal affairs investigations. Exhibit 11, which is an email from the respondent received at 9:43 last evening. Exhibits 12, 13, and 14, which are internal affairs investigation reports authored by retired Detective Lieutenant Tara Thomas regarding the allegations before us. Exhibit 5, which is a body cam footage from April the 15th of 2024 from then Trooper Tyler Davidson. Exhibit 6, a body cam footage from that same date from a Trooper William Nally. Exhibit 7, a cruiser camera footage from April the 29th of 2023 of a cruiser that was operated at the time by then Trooper Tyler Davidson. Exhibit 8, a body cam footage from the same date from a Trooper Evan Johnson. Exhibit 9, a single page from a medical record of Edwin Huntley regarding the injuries he received on April the 29th of 2023. And then finally, actually I'll reserve on exhibit 10.
So that would be exhibits 1 through 9 and 11 through 14.
Yes.
All will be admitted.
Thank you. Counsel, I'll turn to you for opening statement.
Thank you. Good morning, council. We're here in the matter of Henry Tyler Davidson, and we're here to consider 3 allegations against Mr. Davidson. That on or about April the 29th of 2023, Mr. Davidson used excessive force in the detaining and arrest of a man named Edwin Huntley. That on April the 15th of 2024, Mr. Davidson used excessive force in the detaining and arrest of Christopher Fuller. That finally, in between June 20th, 2024 and October 24th, 2024, when he resigned from the state police force, Tyler Davidson used gross professional misconduct and actions amounting to a substantial deviation from professional conduct by violation of Vermont State Police General Orders. Now, those are the allegations, but what did he do? Well, in regards to the actions he took towards Edwin Huntley and Christopher Fuller, it would appear that Mr. Davidson thought he was an action. In April 2023, he pulled in behind the truck of a man named Edwin Huntley. He had noticed that Mr. Huntley did not have an inspection sticker nor a front license plate. Perfectly fine. As he was turning around and parking, he noticed that Mr. Huntley's truck was already parked before he'd even pulled him over, and that Mr. Huntley was exiting his truck. Mr. Huntley was not a happy man. Mr. Huntley is not a saint. He had a record, and he did have a test. And you will see you'll see the cruiser cam footage, and you will hear testimony from Detective Sergeant Stephen Gelder, who did the investigation, as well as seeing the reports of Lieutenant Thomas, that the two of them did have a confrontation. But that confrontation was very different than what was described in the probable cause affidavit of Mr. Davidson. It essentially, Mr. Huntley wanted to know why he was being pulled over, and he was mad. And rather than talk to him, Davidson ordered him back to his truck. In fact, he did it 3 times. That was the sum total of the context of his engaging with Mr. Huntley. Mr. Huntley got salty with his language and finally said, "F you then, I'm going back to my truck," or words to that effect. Maybe even flipped off Mr. Davidson and started back towards his truck. At that point, Mr. Davidson decided to charge him and to tackle him and to knock him to the ground. And while he had him on the ground and they struggled, each of them getting the other in a headlock for brief moments, Mr. Davidson, with a closed fist, struck Ed Huntley, not just once or twice, but a total of 15 times in the head and upper body, stopping only when his assisting officer, Trooper Evan Johnson, ran up with a drawn taser and calmly told Mr. Huntley to stop resisting, at which point Mr. Huntley did. Once he's in handcuffs, Mr. Davidson keeps his knee pressed down on Ed Huntley, keeping his face in the dirt and the grass, despite Huntley telling the officers that he's having trouble breathing. We'll learn later that the reason Mr. Huntley was having trouble breathing is in part because Tyler Davidson, in his tackle of him, his assault of him, had fractured several of his ribs, causing an over $20,000 medical bill and an overnight stay. But what you will see in the body cam video of Mr. Johnson is Tyler Davidson fixing his tie, saying, "What? Did you think you were going to walk all over me, bud? That's not how this works." Straightening his tie like he's James Bond. World records. A year later, in April 15th of 2024, Tyler Davidson is now teaching a younger trooper, William Nally, who's on FTO status, when a call goes out for a felony stop of a vehicle from Christopher Fuller. Christopher Fuller, they learned, has been stalking and shooting a pellet gun at his neighbor. This is a felony stop. And you will watch the video body cam footage from both Mr. Nally's perspective and from Mr. Davidson's perspective. And as you will watch, you will see what is very close to a textbook high-risk felony stop of a vehicle. They cut off access to the road. They have their firearms drawn. They take protected positions on their cruiser. Mr. Nally takes point and gives verbal commands to Mr. Fuller. You will listen and hear those commands, and you will watch in those body cam footage as Mr. Fuller complies with those commands. Each and every command complied with. Maybe not letter perfect, but certainly always following the instructions that Mr. Nally is giving them. And you will watch as Mr. Nally orders him out of the car, orders his hands up, orders him to turn his back to the officers, orders him to back up, orders him to take a step to the right, and orders him to get down on the ground. And you'll watch as Mr. Fuller begins to do that when, for no reason, and with no escalation, no provocation, no active or passive resistance, in other words, no justification whatsoever, Mr. Davidson holsters his weapon, takes 3 steps, and once again goes back to his football years and does a flying tackle. You'll see his feet leave the ground, landing on the back of Mr. Fuller, slamming him to the ground, causing injury to Mr. Fuller. Again, roll credits. These incidents prompted an internal affairs investigation performed in Maine by Detective Lieutenant Tara Thomas with the assistance of Detective Sergeant Stephen Gelder. You'll hear from Detective Sergeant Gelder, who is present here today, to talk about the investigation that he performed and that he assisted Lieutenant Thomas with. And you will learn that on June the 20th of 2024, Tyler Davidson was placed on administrative leave and he was told he was under IA investigation. And as is always done, he was told, "You are ordered not to talk about it with anybody except with IA themselves and his union representative." And you will learn that in their investigation, Detective Sergeants Stephen Gelder and Detective Lieutenant Tara Thomas learned that this is exactly what he did not do. That within days of being placed on administrative leave, when Trooper Evan Johnson came to check in on him, as a friend does, that they talked extensively about the details of the use of force incident in 2023, and that Davidson even showed a video, his cruiser video, which he had recorded on his cell phone, another violation of VSP policy, and narrated for Johnson, something he's not supposed to do. And when confronted with this, and the fact that Johnson had no reason to make it up, no reason to think that it was a wrong thing to do, no reason to try and get Davidson into more trouble, he lied. He denied that it happened. He denied that he reported the thing. He denied that he showed it to Johnson. He denied it all. And what will be clear by the end of this hearing is that that was, in fact, a lie to IA, which, as you will read in the admitted general orders of Vermont State Police policy, is itself a dismissible offense and is a substantial deviation from the professionalism and expectations that we have for law enforcement officers. Mr. Davidson is not here, so I don't know what defense he would have given today. When he spoke to IA, his excuse for his attack on Mr. Huntley was that he had to defend himself, that he saw Mr. Huntley as an aggressive, highly aggressive, very dangerous individual. And he even, in his use of force report, in his after action report, in his probable cause affidavit to the state's attorney, quoted Mr. Huntley as saying, "I'm going to kill you," as making threats, and put those threats in quotes. But a review of the audio from his cruiser camera demonstrated that no such threats were made during that initial encounter. No such threats were made prior to him tackling Mr. Huntley to the ground. In other words, in his use of force report, in a sworn affidavit to the state's attorney, he lied, whether it was a simple embellishment or something else. And when confronted with that lie, he said, "Well, I perceived the threat." When asked about the threats and the other body things and whether or not he had any true cause to detain him, he couldn't answer that, except to once again keep pushing this idea that he was defending himself, he was defending himself. Well, there's a quirk in the law, folks. You cannot claim self-defense when you yourself are the aggressor and your aggression is not warranted. Had he had cause to take Mr. Huntley and detain Mr. Huntley, he might have had the ability to claim self-defense. But as you will see in the video, and as you will hear from this investigation, that was not the case. He did not believe he had probable cause. He almost said as much in his investigation with IA. He caught himself before saying it. But even as he was asked, why were you taking him? Why were you detaining him? Why were you taking him to custody? He didn't say because the man had committed. He only said for his own safety. And members of the council, that is insufficient to demonstrate self-defense in 2023. And even if we're fine in 2023, he was acting self-defense, there is no defense to his attack on Christopher Bowler. And there is absolutely no excuse that can be given for lying to an IA investigation. At the end of this hearing, what will be clear is that Tyler Davidson on 2 separate occasions attacked a subject and hurt them without sufficient cause for either of them. That he used excessive force against Ed Huntley, he used excessive force against Christopher Bowler, and that he willfully violated Vermont State Police policies regarding maintaining the confidentiality of an IA investigation, lying to IA investigators. Each of these is a Category B of professional conduct. I'm asking that this council on all of these matters find that Mr. Davidson is culpable of all of these episodes of conduct and permanently revoke his law enforcement certification. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. You have no statement from the respondent, so we will move directly to the direct presentation. Council.
I would call as my witness Detective Sergeant Stephen Gelder of Vermont State Police. He's just a classroom tutor. Thanks for
Sure. You please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now under consideration will be the truth, the whole truth, and but the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury.
I do.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Could you state your full name and spell your last name for our record, please?
My name is Stephen Gelder. Last name is spelled Gelder. D-E-R.
Mr. Gelder, are you employed?
Yes, I am.
Where are you employed, sir?
The Vermont State Police.
And in what capacity are you presently employed with Vermont State Police?
I'm a detective sergeant, assigned to major crime
Okay. And how long have you been with the Vermont State Police?
since 2007,
And how long have you been with the Bureau of Criminal Investigation?
since roughly 2018 and 2019.
Okay. And has your assignment always been with the Major Crimes Unit?
It has not known
How long have you been with the Major Crimes Unit?
for roughly the past year.
And prior to that, where were you?
BCI sergeant assigned to New Haven Barracks.
Were you in 2024 assigned to investigate a Tyler Davidson for possible excessive use of force?
Yes, I was.
Was this a internal affairs investigation or a criminal investigation for potential criminal charges that you were assigned to investigate?
Criminal investigation.
Okay. And as part of your assignment, were you ultimately forwarded to assist Detective Lieutenant Tara Thomas in her internal affairs investigation for similar allegation of use of force?
Yes, I was.
All right. What information were you given when you were given this assignment?
So initially, I was informed of the concern was the excessive use of force, and I was provided Trooper Davidson's use of force report.
What did you learn from that use of force report?
Initially, just reading through the report, thought it was very vague, and there were some concerns of kind of like what started the use of force from my initial perspective of it, and then the following days when I received the actual video.
So you said you got videos. What videos did you try and obtain?
So it's provided Trooper Davidson's body worn camera video and his cruiser camera, as well as Trooper Johnson's body worn camera and his cruiser camera as well.
Was there any issue with the body worn camera of Mr. Davidson?
Yes, it was not activated until after the altercation had occurred.
Does Vermont State Police have a policy that when they interact with members of the public, they are to have a body worn camera on, functioning and recording?
Yes.
So were you concerned about the fact that it didn't record the interaction prior to him being Mr. Huntley being in custody?
Yes, it was.
Did the cruiser camera record the incident in question?
Yes, it did.
And were you able to observe it and determine that it was in fact a true and accurate copy of the cruiser camera footage?
Yes, I did.
We bring up Exhibit 7, please. Go ahead and play it. Pause it right there. We're just a second. So the truck that we're seeing pull over the side, is that Ed Huntley's truck, did you determine?
Yes, it is.
And is that Mr. Huntley who just got out?
Yes, it is.
And is this prior to Mr. Davidson even turning on his light bar?
Yes, it is.
Okay, go ahead and continue.
Yeah, get in the truck. Get in the truck right now. Come on out here.
339 mile 367, 25 Bradford.
Does that show the arrival of Mr. Johnson?
That is, yes.
I think we can pause it there. We'll go back. As you observe the video, are there things in that video that are concerning?
Yes.
What are they?
So from initially, it's just the comparing the video to use of force report that I reviewed. They don't match. The audio is poor, but from what I can hear, it does not fit the context of what was written in Trooper Davison's use of force report as well.
What doesn't? Let me stop you there for a second. What doesn't match? You and specifically you mentioned the audio. What in the audio doesn't match with the use of force report?
The statements of quotes of threats of harm, of killing him, killing others that Trooper Davison works with. In addition to that is in Trooper Davison's use of force report, he describes Edward Huntley as storming him. Video, it's walking up to Trooper Davison's person.
I'll ask you to keep your voice up. You're a very soft voice man.
I am.
Did you observe any provocation that would, in your mind, lead a person to feel like they needed to tackle or detain Mr. Huntley?
No.
Were you able to, at one point, count the number of closed fist strikes you observed Mr. Davidson to administer to Mr. Huntley?
Yes, I did.
How many did he administer?
15.
You mentioned that you also reviewed the cruiser and body worn camera from the assisting trooper, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, I did.
We bring up Exhibit 8, display the body worn camera.
Do it now. I'm going to tase you. Do it now. Put your other hand behind your back. Get off me. Do it now. I'm going to tase you, dude. Stop reaching. I can't breathe. You'll breathe in 1 sec. You got cuffs? Yep. You're done for. Well, Ben. Stop. You get it hooked? It's hooked, barely. Okay. That's fine. I gotta adjust it. You're good. Can you breathe? No. Dude, I turned around. You pulled over, got right out. Get off me. Let me up. What are you doing, man? Let me up. What's up in a sec? 1 second. He's good right here for 1 sec. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to fight. We know you're not going anywhere. What, do you think you're going to walk all over me, bud? That's not how this works. Let me get some gloves. Can you hang with 1 sec? Yep.
Anything concerning in this video that you observed?
Yeah, so in watching the video, it's just the demeanor of Trooper Davison. He doesn't appear to be scared or appeared to be somebody that just felt that they were threatened by Mr. Huntley. There's a statement of being questioning Huntley as if being walked on, and it's not how this goes, bud. That alone is concerned as well.
Did you ever interview Ed Huntley as part of your investigation?
Yes, I did.
What did you learn from Mr. Huntley?
So I reached out to Mr. Huntley. I interviewed him at the barracks, at the Royalty Barracks. And speaking with him, first off, I didn't know he had gone to jail for a year for this. So talk with him. He says, yeah, he was driving. He left the field auction before the car stopped. He sees the troopers. He sees a trooper pass him on Route 25. He pulls over because he knows he's going to get stopped. He gets out of his truck. He knows in hindsight he should have gotten out of his truck, should have listened to the trooper. But he also felt that he didn't have to get back into his truck. He doesn't remember exactly what Trooper Davidson had told him. Roughly, this was, quite some time after the car stopped. But he remembers arguing with Trooper Davidson on roadside, and then he turns to walk back to his truck after Trooper Davidson had repeatedly told him to go back to his truck at the beginning part of the car stop. And then he hears Trooper Davidson say something about, I don't fucking think so. And then he turns and Trooper Davidson tackles him and they fall to the ground. And he remembers Huntley himself putting his arm around Davidson's head, neck area, and then him himself getting put into a similar situation and being struck multiple times in the back of the head. He does remember Trooper Davidson telling him to stop resisting, but at the same time, he's being struck in the back of the head, asking to be a total self-resistant.
Did he explain what he was doing at the time that he was being struck multiple times in the back of the head?
He was trying to shield his face, deflect the punches to the back of his head.
Did you ask him whether or not he made any threats to harm Davidson prior to being tackled?
I did.
What did he say?
He didn't believe he did. He said if he did say those things, he was sure he would remember saying those.
Did he get injured in this tackle?
He did. So after he was arrested, he went to the hospital. He spent the weekend in the hospital. Determined he had several broken ribs, left side of his rib cage.
And did he give you a signed medical release so you could obtain his medical records to confirm or deny that that was true?
Yes, he did.
And were you able to get those records?
I did.
Did they confirm that he indeed had fractured ribs?
Yes.
And we show Exhibit 9, please, up on screen. This is one page of a very, very long medical record. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. But does this show, does this give a description of the fractured ribs? Both here and why don't you scroll towards the bottom? I think it gives a better description. Does that give a description of the injuries that he obtained at the hands of Mr. Davidson on April the 29th, 2023?
Yes, it does.
And it mentions that he had fractures on anterior ribs 3 through 7. He displays fractures on 7 through 9.
Yes, it does.
Okay. You can put that away. Thank you. Did you attempt to have the audio from the cruiser cam enhanced?
Yes, I did.
How did you do that?
So there's cases I've worked in the past with Department of Homeland Security. So I reached out to a special agent that I know that has experience in basically ICAC, and I was curious if he had experience at trying to enhance audio for this case, and he said he did. So with approval, I provided him the recording of Trooper Davidson's camera system, and he sent it down to a forensic laboratory to have it enhanced.
Did it come back with an audio enhancement?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Were you able to listen to that enhanced audio?
Yes, I did.
And again, did you hear any threats that Mr. Huntley made to Mr. Davidson prior to being tackled?
I did not.
Do you know how much the medical bill was for the injuries Mr. Huntley sustained from Mr. Davidson's tackle?
Yes, I did.
How much?
It was $26,700 some dollars.
Let me talk to you. Did you interview the assisting trooper that we saw in the video, Evan Johnson, as part of your investigation?
Yes, I did.
What did you learn of relevance from Evan Johnson?
The relevance part was that speaking with Trooper Johnson, he had contacted Trooper Davidson after Davidson was served the IA notice. What he said is to check in with Davidson and see how he was doing. At his residence at that time, Johnson said that he had reviewed a video of the video pertaining to the use of force with Trooper Davidson at his residence, at which time Trooper Davidson narrated the video to Trooper Johnson regarding what happened with the force video.
I want to be clear. This is after he was placed on suspension.
Yes,
And he was told that this is the subject of an IA investigation.
yes.
With every IA investigation, are you aware that a notice goes out that orders the subject of that investigation not to discuss it with other troopers, other members?
Yes.
Okay. And is it your understanding that Mr. Davidson understood the policy and the order not to discuss the matter?
Yes.
Why do you believe that he understood that?
'Cause interviewing Davidson during the IA portion of this investigation, he said so himself that he understood it would be a policy violation to discuss it after being served the IA notice.
Based on his statements to you, was it clear in his mind that he should not be discussing the subject matter of an IA investigation with any other troopers or anybody outside of his immediate family and his union rep?
Yes.
Let me jump to that interview. Did you, along with Lieutenant Tara Thomas, on state police, interview Tyler Davidson regarding the incident that happened in April of 2023?
Yes, we did.
Was he given what's called a Garrity warning?
Yes.
What is a Garrity warning, if you know?
It's basically a notice saying that you have to tell the truth, and that what you tell during the IA does not go back to the criminal investigation.
Okay. And did he agree to continue after receiving that Garrity?
Yes, he did.
How did you begin the interview? What was the first initial question that you or Lieutenant Thomas asked?
Basically, Lieutenant Thomas just asked Trooper Davidson to walk us through, explain to us what had happened during the car stop.
And how did he describe what had happened then?
He again described Edwin Huntley storming, charging towards him on the car stop. He mentions the threats of violence is what he perceived at that point in time.
So let me stop you there. Did he start by saying threats perceived, or did he actually say that he'd been threatened?
He said he was threatened.
Did you confront him with the enhanced audio from his cruiser cam to demonstrate that there were no verbal threats made?
Yes, we did.
And how did he respond to that?
He repeatedly said that those were perceived.
In both his use of force report and in his probable cause affidavit to the state police, to the state's attorney, did he put statements that he attributed to Mr. Huntley in quotes?
Yes, he did.
In your many, many years as a state police trooper who's written countless reports, when you put something in quotes, what are you trained to believe that it is?
That is true and accurate.
Okay. And before you were to put something in quotes, what does your training tell you your confidence level needs to be regarding the accuracy thing.
100% confident. That's what was said.
Okay. And when you demonstrated to him that his quotes of threats of harm were not 100% accurate, in fact, they weren't accurate at all, how did he respond to that?
He said that the quotes were how he perceived them, and that maybe they weren't 100% accurate.
You challenge him on the storming towards him, charging towards him description.
Yes, we did.
And how did he react to that?
He again didn't really provide an explanation to it, from what I recall, and that again it was everything he said is how he perceived it.
A lot of you had to be there kind of thing.
Yeah.
Did he have a particular phrase that he kept repeating?
He kept saying he perceived this, perceived that. You had to be there, rapidly evolving, and stuff like that is what he kept saying.
Are these like frequent buzzwords that are used to justify force?
Yes.
Did he give any facts that would lead you to the conclusion of a rapidly evolving situation?
No.
Give you any facts that could be reasonably relied upon for the perception of threat?
No.
At one point, he mentioned that Mr. Huntley had his hand in his pocket.
Yes.
Did he have his hand in his pocket?
He did very briefly as Huntley was walking towards the cruiser. However, the cruiser was still moving, and Mr. Davidson was not even out of his car at that point in time.
When his hand came out of his pocket, was there anything in his hand?
No.
Okay. But that was a detail that he put in his use of force report
Yes.
and in his PC affidavit.
Yes.
Did he put in his use of force report that he struck him 15 times?
He did not.
Did he put in his probable cause affidavit that he struck him 15 times?
He did not.
At the time that, did Lieutenant Thomas ask why, after Huntley begins to return to his truck, which seems to be what Mr. Davidson wants him to do, that he begins to walk towards Mr. Huntley?
Yes.
What was Mr. Davidson's explanation for following Mr. Huntley after he already told him to get back to his truck?
He said there was a threat.
But could he point to any facts that describe the threat?
No.
At that time, did he indicate that he was detaining him because he had probable cause to believe he committed any offense?
Can you see that again? Sorry.
Sure. When he tackled Ed Huntley, did he indicate that he had probable cause to believe he had committed an offense?
He did not.
Okay. At that point in your discussion, had you discussed whether or not there were any criminal offenses that had happened?
We did, yes.
And what did Mr. Davidson acknowledge?
The reason for the stop was a front plate violation and inspection sticker.
Okay, these are traffic infractions.
Right.
You give him a ticket.
Right.
Good mail to take.
Right.
Would that give him probable cause? Would that give him the authority to detain Mr. Huntley in the fashion that we saw in the video?
No.
At one point, did he mention that the possibility of weapons in the truck?
He did.
And was that another justification he used for the tackle?
His point of view, yes.
Okay. Did he ever search the truck?
He did not.
Did any other trooper search the truck in his direction?
No.
Did anybody ever search the truck at all?
No.
Was there ever a search warrant out for the truck?
No.
Is there any report lying around somewhere at VSB headquarters about searching this truck?
No.
Okay. Did he explain why he tackled him to the ground rather than using a less aggressive use of force?
He explained it in a way that he feels that was a tactic he could use, and that there's really no other options because everything was happening so fast.
Okay. In your use of force training, are you trained in the use of a tackle?
Not that I'm aware of.
How about an arm bar?
Yes,
How often do you receive use of force training as a Vermont State Police Detective?
every year.
And how often does the arm bar come up as a acceptable physical use of force if you need to put somebody in it?
Every time.
Okay. And what's the level of training? I mean, do they train? Is this an hour-long training? Is this 20-minute training, or is this a day-long training?
It's an entire day of use of force.
And is it just classroom setting, or do you get down on the mats and practice the arm bar?
We get in the mats and we practice the arm bars with them.
At this point, could you do that arm bar in your sleep?
Yes.
Okay. But when that was brought to Mr. Davidson's attention, what was his response to using something? Let me ask this question. Would the arm bar be a less invasive physical use of force that could have been used in a situation similar to this?
Yes,
Why didn't he use the arm bar? Did you ask?
we did. And he felt that wasn't something that was an option for him at that point.
Could you give an explanation as to why the arm bar wouldn't have worked in that particular situation?
No.
Okay. Did he explain why he was more comfortable with the tackle?
We were in talkie that he played football before being a trooper, and that was that.
In your conversation with Mr. Davidson, did you ask him if he had attempted to give any further verbal commands or let Mr. Huntley know that he wasn't free to leave before engaging him in his physical tackle?
Yes, I did.
Would that be a reasonable, in your understanding of the use of force policy, is that in the context of use of force, is that a necessary first step when feasible?
Yes.
It's not always feasible, but when it is, you're supposed to use it?
Yes.
And did he use it?
He did not know.
Okay. Did he say why he didn't use it?
Again, he just said it was rapidly evolving. Right, no further explanation.
Did he indicate, is there a part of Vermont State Police use of force policy that obliges, again, when feasible, to attempt to de-escalate before going hands-on? In other words, before using any physical force, attempting to verbally de-escalate?
Yes.
And in your review of the audio, was there any attempt made to de-escalate?
No.
When you brought that to Mr. Davidson's attention, that he made any attempt, did he have a response for why he didn't attempt it?
He again just said it was rapidly evolving.
From your observation of the video, do you agree with him that there was no time for a de-escalation?
No.
On his use of force report, did he use the word chokehold?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Did you ask him about that?
Yes.
And what was his explanation of first of all, of using the word chokehold on his use of force report and what he actually did the day of? Were those two things different?
Yeah, I would say they were different.
What did he say when you interviewed him about that part?
I believe he said, I don't exactly remember, it was justified or something. I think is what he said. I'm not positive about.
Okay. If you don't remember, you don't remember. That's fine. Did you ask him to explain the 15 punches to him he's had?
Yes, I did.
Did you actually go through them one at a time?
Yes.
Why go through them one at a time?
So each punch is a use of force.
And does each use of force have to be justified separately?
Yes.
All right. And what was his answer as you went through each of the 15 strikes?
He felt that each one he was trying to get compliance from Huntley, and that each one was justified.
Okay. How did he define compliance from Huntley? Let me actually be more clear. So at the time that he's punching him, it's your understanding that Mr. Huntley is attempting to raise his hands to protect his face and his head from where he's being punched.
Yes.
How did Mr. Davidson describe his actions as protecting himself? Was that compliant or non-compliant?
That Huntley was not compliant.
What in his mind did Huntley have to do to demonstrate compliance?
Put his hands behind his backs or just kind of verbal cue.
So any defense mechanisms, even if they weren't hostile, he saw as not compliant,
Correct.
even as he was punching.
Yes.
So the comment we heard on Mr. Johnson's body worn camera, what did you think you were going to walk all over me, bud? That's not how it works. Did you ask him about that? When he
Yes.
said it? What was his response to that?
He could have provided explanation for his train of thought at that point in time. But he said that.
Did you talk to him about whether or not he spoke to Evan Johnson after he was placed on suspension?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say about talking to Evan Johnson?
He basically says that, Johnson came over, they talked about weather, how he was doing, and that was really it.
So when you asked him, did you talk about the use of force incident? What was his response?
He denied it.
How about showing him a recording of his cruiser cam video,
He denied it.
narrating it for Johnson?
Denied it.
Did you go back to Johnson and confront him again and confirm whether or not he saw those things?
Yes, we did.
And what did Johnson say?
He again remained with his story that what he said was true, that he went to go see Davidson and that this is what happened.
When you were confronting Davidson with what Johnson had initially told you, and he's giving his denials, are you reminding him that lying in an IA investigation is itself a violation of VSP policy?
Yes, I did.
And was he understanding that?
Yes.
Okay. And does the Vermont State Police have a policy about being truthful in IA investigations?
Yes.
And even after you warned him that he needed to be truthful in the IA investigation as he's talking to you, did he still persist in his denying?
Correct.
Did you give him multiple opportunities to come clean before, during which time he was making these denials?
Yes.
How would you describe his demeanor throughout the entirety? This was a long interview. Would that be fair to say? Like a couple
Nearly 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
How would you describe his demeanor throughout the interview?
I would say he was very evasive towards the questions that Lieutenant Thomas and I asked him. He deflected a lot, and he denied a lot.
In your experience as a trained interrogator and interviewer, was the way he described it consistent with somebody who is telling you the truth?
No.
Based on your investigation, did you conclude that Tyler Davidson used excessive force against Edwin Huntley?
Yes, I did.
And based on your investigation, did you conclude that Tyler Davidson was being untruthful during the IA investigation regarding his conversation with Evan Johnson?
Yes, I did.
I have no additional questions. The council may have questions for you.
No cross-examination. Any questions from the council?
I just had a brief question, to Sergeant. Did you say that, Mr. Huntley went to jail for a year after this?
He did, yes.
For what crime?
For aggravated assault on law enforcement officer.
He did. How was it?
Do you happen to know if the jail time was for that one charge or was it part of his plea with other charges?
He was charged for, I think, a total of 3 crimes for this incident here. I just remember the aggravated assault, law enforcement was the primary. So he goes to the hospital for his injuries. In the hospital, he goes straight to court, and then he goes straight from court to jail. He's held without bail, and then roughly 9 months into his incarceration, he's provided a plea deal. He think of 1 to 5. He figures I'm almost done with my 1 year. He accepts the plea deal. Gives it 1 year, he's out. And then I think it was roughly 2, maybe 3 weeks later, is when I interviewed him regarding this application.
Okay. Next, so just out of curiosity, there is the general trumpet.
Yes.
To your knowledge, was there any past interactions with either this trooper or other troopers out of Paris that indicated he had a violent nature or had been combative or something?
So yeah, so I looked into that as well. It's found out that Trooper Davison knows Edward Huntley from Edward Huntley being a local fireman. Edward Huntley has a reputation around the community as being a violent person. And it's also known from the troopers there. However, during the car stop, Edward Huntley was not recognized as Edward Huntley. And it was not learned, his name was not learned until later on towards the end of the car stop when he actually says his name.
I don't know if there are any from the folks online.
And yes, I'm online, any council members, have any questions for the witness? Raise your hand if you do. Yeah, I do not see any. Well, in this circumstance, we don't have cross-examination. Don't believe we have redirect unless there's other evidence that you
No,
wish to present.
Detective Sergeant, thank you for your testimony here today. You're free to go.
Thank you.
That case, in the absence of respondents challenging anything to this process, I think we are at a point that we may be able to move into executive session.
Do you have any other witnesses?
Are there any other witnesses?
No, however, I would like to show the body cam footage from April the 15th of 2024 for the council's consideration. This is the Christopher Fuller investigation. Can we go to Exhibit 5, please?
I'm not fighting.
You could go back about down to the right about to the 3:30 mark.
I thought that was Crossroads. It's right there. Cool. Yes. Thank you, Pat Sandy. We'll be out with that blue Jeep on Old Center Road in Depot Hill.
Which road are you on, please?
Stop! Stop the Jeep!
At Old Center in Depot Hill in St. John's.
Chris! The Jeep! Put your hands out the window!
100%.
Put your hands out the window! Both of them!
So the voice we're hearing is that of Trooper William Nally. We'll see his body cam footage after we see Mr. Davis. Go ahead and start again.
Put both hands out the window! I hear you. Open the door from the outside and step out of the Jeep. Yep. Turn around, face away from me. Okay. I'll let you run it. This is your show. Okay, keep your hands up. Slowly walk backwards to the sound of Keep your hands up, Chris. Hands up. Okay, keep walking backwards. I gotta keep your hands up. Keep walking backwards. Take one step to your right. Turn around. Turn, face away from us. Do it now. Take a step to your right. Keep backing up. Yeah. Keep backing up. Guys. Stop. Get on the ground. Okay. On your knees, hands on your back. Okay. Oh, fuck, man. Shit, dude. All right, my hands are behind my back. All right, you guys got me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm behind me.
Play exhibit 6. Again, we can start at like the 3:30 mark or 3:45 mark.
This is still Old Center, isn't it? 325 center. Center. We'll be out with that blue Jeep on Old Center Road in Depot Hill.
Which road are you on, please?
Stop! Stop the Jeep! Stop! The Jeep! Put your hands out the window! Put your hands out the window! Both of them! Put both hands out the window! Open the door from the outside and step out of the Jeep. We'll come back to your side. Turn around, face away from me. All right, you got commands? I'll let you run it. Okay, keep your hands up. Slowly walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Keep walking backwards. Keep your hands up. Keep walking backwards. Take one step to your right. Turn around. Face away from us. Do it now. Take a step to your right. Keep backing up. Keep backing up. Stop. Get on the ground. Okay. On your knees, hands behind your back. Oh, fuck, man. Shit, dude. All right, my hands are behind my back. All right, you guys got me. I'm good. I'm good.
That's all I have this morning.
We have any questions? I'll begin with one. What were the extent of the injuries?
He reported a scratch to the face and refused medical attention.
Any other questions? Council? The room? Any questions on line? Please raise your hand.
Make a motion to go into executive session. Sure.
Motion to go into executive session under 1 VSA 213A4. Have a second to that motion. Seconded, Tom Jeanette. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye or raising your hand.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? You have the motion. The motion is passed. We're going to move into executive session. So
For executive session, I mean, we have exhibits 11, 12,
Ricky, Boston, and Lindsay.
So
13 and 14.
I did not print out 11, but we can put it up on the screen.
Okay. Oh, 11 is the email,
11 is the email.
and then the 12, 13, and 14 are the IA reports.
Yeah.
And there was one exhibit you did not use. Was that 10?
That's that.
10 is not in.
Okay, not it.
Oh.
I will step out.
All right. I'm gonna try a roll call, see who's present.
We'll proceed to roll call, folks.
Bill Clements,
Present.
Leslie Johnson. Present. Butch Shaw.
Present.
David Peterson,
Present.
Glenn Boyd. Welcome back. Wade Cochran,
Present.
Justin Stedman,
Here.
Heather Zinkowitz. Present. Domenica Padula,
Present.
Kim McManus,
Present.
Susanna Davis,
Present.
Tom Jeanette.
Present.
Bob Stebbins.
Here.
Sadie Donovan,
Present.
Kelly Before. Present. And one more time, Glenn Boyd.
Here.
Thank you. Thank you for returning. We are now in the public session, or return to public session for case of number 25 VCJC 0021, 25 VCJC 0024, 2024 6A 8U in case of Tyler Davidson. Having returned into public session, I'll simply ask if there are any other questions or comments that need to be made or would like to be made. And if not, I think I'll entertain any motions to move forward by the council.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion. Like to make a motion that the facts and circumstances of respondent's conduct are supported by a preponderance of the evidence of unprofessional conduct pursuant to 20 VSA 2401, subsection 2, gross professional misconduct amounting to actions on duty or under authority of the state or both that involve willful failure to comply with policy or substantial deviation from professional conduct by excessive use of force, making false statements, and willfully violating department policy.
Do I have a second for that motion? Kelly, 4 seconds. Further discussion? We'll do a roll call vote. Turn to Lindsay.
Leslie Johnson,
Vote will be in favor of the motion. A yes vote will be in favor of the motion, and a no vote will be.
Leslie Johnson. Yes. Butch Shaw,
Yes.
David Peterson,
Yes.
Glenn Boyd,
Yes.
Wade Cochran,
Yes.
Justin Steadman,
Yes.
Heather Sinkowitz,
Yes.
Monica Padula,
Yes.
Kim McManus,
Yes.
Susanna Davis,
Yes.
Tom Jeanette,
Yes.
Bob Stebbins,
Yes.
Sadie Donovan,
Yes.
Kelly Before.
Yes.
That is 14 yes.
The motion passes unanimously. We'll obtain any further motions on sanction.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to permanently revoke the certification of Tyler Davidson.
Motion is to permanently revoke the certification of Tyler Davidson. Do I have seconds?
Second.
I have seconds. Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote on the motion to permanently revoke the certification of Tyler Davidson. A yes will be in favor of the motion, and no will be opposed.
Leslie Johnson. Yes. Butch Shaw,
Yes.
David Peterson,
Yes.
Glenn Boyd,
Yes.
Wade Cochran,
Yes.
Justin Steadman,
Yes.
Heather Sinkowitz,
Yes.
Domenica Padula,
Yes.
Kim McManus,
Yes.
Susanna Davis,
Yes.
Tom Jeanette,
Yes.
Bob Stebbins,
Yes.
Sadie Donovan,
Yes.
Kelly Before. Yes. 14 yes.
Motion carries unanimously. That essentially concludes the session. The last section of the agenda was general comment. I don't know if there anybody would like to offer comments, observations, announcements while we're here gathered as a council. Hearing none, just a reminder that our next general meeting for the council will be, I don't have my calendar in front of me. The first one's
February 5th.
February 5th, the first Wednesday in February. So we'll be prepared for that. And of course, the agenda will come out in advance. Any items for that, please let Director Raquel know. Okay, hearing no other comments, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this hearing. Moved.
Second.
I don't believe we need roll call on that, so all in favor? Any opposed? None opposed by claim and vote. Motion carries. We are adjourned.